There are usually two reactions to our speakers from this evening. They are crazy. Great to hear the stories, but I'm adventurous enough just by having a ticket for tonight. When's the break so I can go to the bar? Or, they are amazing. I want to do something like that. I wonder what I could do. I'm going to go to the bar in the break and think about it. I spent most of my life in the first camp, always inspired by tales of adventure, just not enough to do anything about it. Then something changed in me as I started to think, maybe I could do something if I put my mind to it. 5 weeks after this change of thought, with my mum's bike and my dad's panniers, I was in Canada. My grand plan, with no training and very little planning, was to cycle from Canada to Mexico on my own. To be frank, this was nuts. I wasn't a cyclist, I hated camping, have a terrible sense of direction, and hate being on my own. At first, my friends and family tried to talk me out of it, and my dad, bless him, simply said, "You're not doing that, darling." I guess even at 32, I really was still his little girl. Once they realised I was serious, my friends and family became my biggest advocates. My WhatsApp name for my parents is still Support Crew, which I created on day one when I was sobbing, alone in a collapsed tent in the pouring rain, 50 miles in the wrong direction. I would never have survived that first week without them. Even when we couldn't be in contact, I knew they were all there, cheering me on from the virtual sidelines. They couldn't do much practically when I would call or write, saying how much I was struggling because of the miles ahead, the constant rain, the malfunctioning bike, or my very slow speed. They couldn't change the weather, they couldn't fix my bike or get me fitter, and they didn't have to. Their job was really simple, just to be there, believe in me, be my support team. Life is one big adventure for us all, and everyone needs and deserves the love and support of a family. When I consider my own adventures, I can't help but think about the children we work with who have no one to encourage them to harness their dreams, who have no one in their corner, who don't have a family believing in them, dreaming for them. For a child growing up in an orphanage, their lives are very different. These children grow up without adventure, without love, without the individual care and attention that is so important to a child's development. The impact on a child when they have no family to care for them can last a lifetime. Some don't survive at all. Children need cuddles, they need bedtime stories, they need the freedom to grow, to run, to play. They need the chance to begin to explore the world for themselves. They need to paint, to colour, to make a mess. Orphanages simply cannot give the kind of love and attention that only families can. Families come in all shapes and sizes: mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, grandparents, siblings, foster parents. No matter what the setup is, it's about having someone there who cares for you, someone who is there to help you take those first steps, someone who will hold your hand and walk you to the gates on that first day of school, someone to love you. It is someone who is there to help you make those big life decisions, to support you and encourage you, to harness those dreams, no matter how big or small they might be. It is about having someone to give you the tools to grow and one day live independently as adults. Children, wherever they are, whatever their situation, need and deserve so much more than just food and shelter. They need and deserve to be loved. No institution, however well-meaning, however well-resourced, can do this. There are 8 million children surviving in orphanages today, and 80% of them are not orphans, but have at least one living parent or relative. Most are separated from their families because of poverty, disability, or discrimination. With the right support, they have a family who could care for them. Today, this understanding that children need to be in families is the basis of everything that we do. We work directly in some of the poorest countries in Europe and East and Southern Africa to close orphanages, to reunite children with their families and find alternative family-based care for vulnerable children. And I'm proud to say we are world leaders in this field. This little chap is Radian. Radian is a playful 2-year-old boy who lives at home in Ukraine with his mother Victoria and his older brothers. Radian is a curious, playful, energetic little boy who enjoys being outside, safe in the knowledge that his mum is nearby. But for Radian, his life could have been very different. Before he was born, the war in the east threatened to tear his family apart. His mum and brothers were forced to flee the fighting and move to the countryside to be with relatives. Soon after Radian was born, life started to unravel. His mother struggled to find work and money was tight. The trauma of the war and the pressure of trying to build a new life in a strange city with 2 small children and a newborn to support led Victoria to a breakdown. She was struggling to care for her children, and Radian was at risk of being separated from his family and being placed in a local baby institution. Here, he would have lived alongside 115 other babies. Denied physical contact from the staff, he wouldn't have had anyone to read him a bedtime story or tuck him in at night, make him feel safe. In many of the countries we work in, orphanage care remains the most common response by the authorities to children whose families are struggling to care for them. This is despite the evidence of countless studies which confirm that institutional care causes irreparable damage to children's development. Fortunately for Radian, this was not the case, and this is not his reality. At the critical moment, skilled social workers, trained by Hope and Homes for Children, stepped in to help Victoria cope. They gave her the therapeutic and practical support she needed to get her life back on track and help keep her family together. Here is Radian now. Without the right help at the right time, Radian might have spent his childhood confined to a loveless orphanage. Instead, he's free to enjoy the adventure of growing up with a mum and brothers to love and protect him. Every great adventurer needs a support team, which so many people have said tonight, and every child needs freedom and encouragement to harness their dreams. Tonight, I'm asking you to join me and Hope and Homes for Children as we help make this a reality for more children. How? I hear you all cry. You each have a flyer on your seats. You've got quite a lot on there, but I forgot to bring mine up. But if one of you could help me out. Oh, look, there's one there. If you can find it right now. Yes, there we go. This is really simple. This is all you guys need to have to do. There is a free prize draw at the back. So A, you get a chance to win a holiday, which is awesome. But more importantly for us, we are asking you to pledge a small regular gift each month and join our giving community. Just £5 a month can help us fund the specialist support that is needed to help a child affected by poverty, disability, or discrimination. safe in their families, so they're not at risk of being placed in an orphanage. All you need to do is fill out this flyer, or come and speak to us. The whole team, they're wearing these wonderful t-shirts, and we're in the exhibitor area at the back. So please come and do speak to the team. If you do, you can be part of our journey and do something that really matters, and you can do it tonight, so please join us. You can be part of a mission to create a world in which children no longer suffer institutional care. You can help children enjoy the adventures of growing up on their own with their own support team. You can support more children like Radian. Thank you.